Hi Joy, I figured I would go through this route just to see if we could get some tips and tricks and get you started on movable pieces. I'm sorry we weren't able to meet today. I hope you're doing okay out there. But let me just show you a couple of quick ways to get some things going really fast. So these are my whiteboard tools. One quick way that you can use these is to go to your clip art tool. I personally think common symbols is a good one. And you can teach your students how to do this as well, but you can use anything in here as a counter, right? So let's say that you wanted to make a word problem and your word problem was about pencils. Well, you could have basically hit Control C, copy it, and then hit Control V, and you will just have like a ton of pencils, and you can then move them around. In order to move them around, you have to use this selector tool. So you can see if I use my pointer, I can't grab that pencil. I have to use this selector tool to actually grab things. So you'll want to probably, what I would recommend is going to your snipping tool like this, and maybe taking a snip of your toolbar like that. And just saying, okay, boys and girls, you're going to make sure that you have your mouse on, and you can circle it or something, and you can put that right on the whiteboard. And maybe when you're having them do an activity like this, make sure you're grabbing that selector tool so that you can then move objects around wherever you might want them to go. So this is one area where you can grab some things. They also have some math operations in here. But I think that the common symbols one is probably the one that you might want to use the most. So there's that. The other place that is also good to go is to go to Google. This is Google, just plain old Google. But if you go to Google Images, it will take you to any image pretty much that you want. So let's say that you wanted to try to do something with, I don't know, the letter... Well, you can just do anything. We'll just say, oh, Christmas is coming up. We'll just say snowflake. Maybe you want to have them count snowflakes. I would type in this little ending here for PNG. PNG will usually give you some sort of an object that doesn't have anything in the background. Doesn't always, but sometimes. So for example, if I wanted to grab this, I'm not sure if I love that one, but it'll show you different ones. But basically all you're going to do is hit copy image, go back to Blackboard, right click, paste page, and there's your little snowflake, and you can make it small, and if you want to make a bunch of them, again, just copy and then just Control V to your heart's content, and then you have a whole bunch of snowflakes to move around. And you can do that with anything, Google image, anything you want, and you're going to be able to find that. So I'm also going to send you a link. There was a really cool K-12 training that happened, and it was actually by a special education teacher, and in the way that she utilizes movable pieces and games actually too in her class, that I thought you might find interesting. It's a 30-minute training, but I'm going to include the link in there when I send you this recording. But if you have any other questions, let me know. This is the basics of how to use movable pieces, but in terms of how you might want to utilize them specifically with a lesson, feel free to schedule another time with me and we can get together and do that. Or I can take a look at a PowerPoint and kind of give you some tips on how to do that. The one thing I'll tell you about movable pieces is that you have to be in Blackboard to create those. So you can't do this in a PowerPoint and have them stick. You have to do it in Blackboard. Now the other option that you actually have though is once you have the pieces that you like, you can go up here to File and Save, and you can actually save the whiteboard. And when you do that, so I'm going to save my current page. You're going to save it as a whiteboard file, WBD. You want to make sure that you do that, because if you save it as a PDF, it's not going to be able to be movable in here. It's only movable again if you save it as a whiteboard, and then you can then load it as a whiteboard file later if you wanted to save it and prep it that way. Or you can come in and just paste real quick and it'll be movable that way too. So hope that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions or anything else you'd like to chat through, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks, Joy.